What's up? How's everybody doing? Huh? Everybody doing good today? What's up, Dave Mackey? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to Coffee with Michael. You're a very loyal individual. I love seeing you here every morning for coffee, Friday morning. Gary, what's up, buddy? Doing good? Facebook user from the great country of Texas. How you doing? It's a little weird. It's been a while since I've done one of these without a guest, I think. But today's content is going to be awesome. It's ripping and roaring. This is the best live stream probably happening right now anywhere on the planet. It's certainly the best marketing live stream that you could possibly find. What you guys are about to learn is going to blow your freaking minds. It's going to set you up for success this Mother's Day. And who knows, maybe one person watching this will add 5-6 figures to their bank account. Maybe several of you. That would be pretty sweet. When are the Marketers Toast hoodies available? Tammy is working on that. Tammy is in charge of our merch store. Maybe she can drop a link. That would be pretty cool. Love seeing everybody. DL from Connecticut, what's up? Marvin from the Philippines, thanks for joining us. Hola, Umberto. We got Washika. Good morning. How you doing? Facebook user from Massachusetts. Facebook users in multiple places at once, I see. That's pretty cool. All right. So today, look, if you haven't caught a winner yet and you want to, right? Today is going to be a great coffee with Michael for you. If you're relatively new to ShineOn, you're trying to get the hang of it, you're trying to figure out what this is all about, today's coffee with Michael is going to be great for you. If you've been around for a little while, right, and you want to know how to take your game to the next level, today's coffee with Michael is going to be fantastic for you. We are going to be talking about product creation, phrase research, finding good niches, what products to sell, the angles you can take, all of that kind of stuff. We're going to do one in the future on advanced ad strategies, right? Because that's its own coffee with Michael. But today, this is a crash course. I'm trying to set you up for success. I'm trying to lay really good foundations so you can take full advantage of Mother's Day holiday. So if any of that sounds good to you, that's what today's coffee with Michael is about. But before we begin, before we get into all the good stuff, you know how we like to kick things off around here. The little thing we like to call the digital marketer's toast. Now, a few of you, if you pay attention, may feel some chills as we do this. This is the toast that makes your return on ad spend, 50 times higher. This is the toast that makes people buy your products. This is the toast that makes you have an amazing weekend, right? That kicks your Friday off good, right? This is that toast. It deflects incoming asteroids out in the edges of the solar system. It saves little baby unicorns from dying early deaths, right? That is the power of the toast. So are you ready? Raise up your glasses, mugs, bottles, and flasks, and join me now for the digital marketer's toast. Here's to more conversions, more CACs, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs to higher CTRs, much higher CVRs to enable ad accounts and big bank accounts, to upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, and to the thing that everybody knows, the riches are in the niches, but also your email flows. Are you ready? Cheers, everybody. Drink up. There we go. There we go. Things are starting to click, starting to feel it. If you just felt like a warmth, come over you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. You know what that was? It was the digital marketer's toast. You know it. You know it. All right. Iceland is in the house. What is up? Do me a favor. If you like the coffee with Michaels, if you like being here every week, you like our little ritual, the digital marketer's toast, if you feel like we give you great content, do me a favor, like this post, give this post a heart, share this post on your personal wall. If you're on YouTube right now, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all the good stuff. Drop me some fun comments here. Let's see who we got. Facebook user, hey, Michael, happy coffee day. Yes, happy coffee day to you, my friend. Oh, lots of Facebook users here. Those are little dancing emojis. Hey, I like that. What's up, Facebook user? We got Harshit from India. What is up? Welcome. Let's see here. Everything you say has echoes. Am I echoing? Let me know if I'm echoing in the comments here. I will get that cleaned up. I only see one complaint on that. I have a feeling if I was echoing, it'd be really bad. Everybody be complaining. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, buddy? I want to learn from you marketing. Well, Mary, you have come to the right place. We are going to be, look, the first part of marketing, right? Successful campaigns are built on top of winning products, right? In fact, I would say 90% of a successful campaign, of a winning campaign, is a winning product, right? You can know all the marketing kung fu in the world, but if you have a crappy product, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere. But if you have an amazing product, if you have a winning product, which is what I'm going to be teaching you today, your marketing kung fu almost doesn't matter, right? It does matter, but I'm saying it almost doesn't, right? It's not nearly as important. It's pretty forgiving if you have a winning product, but everything starts with a winning product, and that's what we are going to be covering today. So I think you're in for a surprise. What's up, Joe? Welcome. John, me, please. Not sure what that was. Happy Friday, Phil. Welcome. Mary from Bangladesh. How you doing? Claudia from London. Love to see our international folks here. Congrats. Claudia knows what's up because the UK's Mother's Day is what? March 27th? They're already in Mother's Day right now. It is a buying season right now for the UK. So you're already late for UK's Mother's Day. And there's like 60, 65 million people in the UK. Very good standard of living. They will be buying these gifts. And guess what? We ship from Amsterdam. So we can get there in like 2 to 7 business days from the time the order's placed. So UK's Mother's Day, it's one thing we're going to be talking about here. Don't sleep on that. Try to take advantage of it. It's money you're leaving on the table if you don't. All right. What's up? What's up? Let's get the coffee. My coffee's getting cold. Hey, we got it already. Am I that far behind in the comments? Let's go. Sound is fine to me. I guess I am kind of far behind in the comments. Toast. We got some hearts. Okay, here we are. I'm catching up, everybody. Hello. Love you, Michael. You truly brighten my day and my week. Well, I'll just have you know, Facebook user, you brighten every single one of my coffee with Michaels that I do. You brighten up every single one of them. If Facebook user was missing, I would feel down. I'd probably get a little depressed. But you are here every single week, and I appreciate that. The loyalty, the dedication, the heart. What's up, Michelle? No echo. Okay, thanks for confirming that. Audio's good, Columbia. All right, we're going to get into this. Whoa, I'm catching up here. All right, I think I'm finally caught up in the comments here. Do we need to do anything to sell in the UK? Change prices to pounds? Look, I would say it would be better if you could change to local currencies. Yes. So if you have your own Shopify store, try to figure that out, or at least have a currency conversion app that you can run. The big things in the UK are make sure that, you've got the shipping time specified on the product page so that people know they'll be able to get the product quickly. Because, if it ships from the US right now, you're almost out of market if you're selling into the UK, because people are going to assume it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to get there, and it may just miss Mother's Day altogether. So it's very important that people know they can get their product in 2 to 7 business days if they buy in the UK. So that's one. The second thing is, rather than saying to my mom, in the UK, they use mum, M-U-M. That's the common vernacular over there. I actually cover that in today's Coffee with Michael. So we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's get into the content here. All right. So, testimonials. Coulson got their first watch. That's right. Small step for mankind, a big step for a POD dude. I thought that line was pretty cool. Thanks, Michael, for the inspiration, and Tammy for the numerous ways you've saved my bleep. So congratulations, Mark Coulson. Congratulations, buddy. Great work on this. Thank you for sharing the post and your first sale of the watch here. $89 in AOV, $50 in profit. That's a huge margin. It's amazing, actually. So thank you very much for sharing that. You got some swag coming your way, buddy. We got Washika here. Just made my first Etsy sale. It was placed less than 24 hours after the listing was auto-renewed. So make sure you turn auto-renewal on, Etsy people. $50 in revenue, $25 in profit. Looks like this was likely an organic sale, which is pretty freaking awesome. Congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing your win in the Facebook group. You've got some swag coming your way. And then Yadira, So excited for my first sale on Etsy. Woohoo. Can't wait for the customer to get their product. Thank you so much for sharing your testimonial, Yadir, and congratulations for getting your first sale. The first sale is amazing because it just, there's something mind expanding about it when you make your first dollar online. It's hard to believe that you can even do this thing here at ShineOn. It's pretty amazing, the opportunity that exists here. So appreciate you for sharing this. Thank you. You've got some swag coming your way. If you want to get some free swag, every single week we draw 2 to 5 posts from the group. And if you're featured here, you get some swag. We'll send you a discount code. You can go right over to our merch store and pick out some swag that you like for free. Drop a testimonial post with screenshots. This is going to be your first sale or a new milestone. First 100 sales, first 1,000 sales, 5,000 sales, a new ad technique, tips and tricks, anything like that. Value posts. We love to see that kind of stuff. We'll pull it out. We'll feature it here. We'll get some traffic to your post, and you'll get some free swag out of the deal. So pretty good deal, if I do say so myself. Latest news, we got a new product coming soon. This thing is pretty freaking sweet. It's trending right now, or so they tell me. I guess a very similar product to this is in stores right now, magazines, celebrities are wearing it, that kind of thing. It's kind of one of those trending products, and we got it. We got it here first, and it's going to be releasing pretty freaking soon, in time for Mother's Day. So it's going to be pretty awesome. You're definitely going to want to check that out. Yeah, we're excited about this one. So anyways, keep your eyes peeled. That'll be a cool one for Mother's Day. It's unique too. It's a little different than anything we've got. So somebody hits on that, it's going to be a big winner, because it's going to be new in the news feed. So that's what's going to set it apart. All right, we have a video testimonial contest that we're running right now. I need your help, people. Please, if ShineOn has brought you value, if you love the opportunity, if you like the coffee with Michaels and the shots of espresso, and your account manager is amazing, and you like our products, and you love those free Etsy sales, and the margin's good, and on and on and on. If you love all of this that we've created here, please do me a favor and go leave us a video testimonial. It can be 15 to 30 seconds long. It does not have to be super long. And just tell us how ShineOn has impacted you. Do me a favor. Go to contest.shineon.com to make your testimonial, contest.shineon.com. The winning testimonial will get $500, right? So we're going to look through there at everybody that's submitted. We're going to pick the best one out, and somebody's going to win $500 just for leaving a little video testimonial. But not only that, these testimonials are just going to help us tremendously. We want to be able to use them to help promote ShineOn to other sellers and things like that. So if we've helped you in any way, please do me a solid. Head over to contest.shineon.com. I would sincerely appreciate it. Okay. The Mom You Mental Challenge is here. So Tammy has been running challenges for us. She ran a 100 challenge in the run up to Christmas. That resulted in multiple millions of dollars in revenue for those particular sellers. It was mind-blowing, actually, how successful it was. We ran another one on Valentine's Day. Again, it was a very successful challenge. Tammy brings everybody that's part of the challenge into a separate group. She's posting content. She's going live once a week. She's helping people get on their feet. It's an amazing thing. If you want to join the challenge for Mother's Day, it's completely free to join. Tammy hosts it. You can go to shineonchallenge.com, shineonchallenge.com to sign up for the challenge. Don't sleep on that. If you're new, especially, this is a great opportunity to get into a tribe of some like-minded people, make some buddies, learn how to do this thing here at ShineOn, maybe get your first sale. It's a great way to kind of learn the ropes. ShineOnchallenge.com is where you sign up for that. And Mother's Day is a perfect time too, because it's the second biggest holiday of the year. So go check it out. All right. If you're interested in coaching, our coaching is second to none. It's really amazing. Kirsta is over there. Kirsta and Jim are just powerhouses in the media buying space. We now have Stephen DeGracia over there. They're just absolutely crushing it. Kirsta had a $154,000 day in the run up to Christmas. That's one day. It's one day's revenue. It's absolutely amazing. He's just freaking awesome. $1.4 million in a 30-day time span. This was in October, mind you, one of the slower weeks of Q4. These guys crushed. They're getting into Facebook, TikTok. If you want to get in on this, coaching.shineon.com is where you sign up, coaching.shineon.com. Also, every single week we do Coffee with Michaels. You're here enjoying that today. But we also do a shot of espresso where we give away free training. So we have, different stuff we're getting into, TikTok strategies, ad strategies, all kinds of stuff. If you want to go a little deeper than what we normally go on Coffee with Michaels, this is your next stop. Shots of espresso. They're free, mind you. They're free. They're put out once a week. So if you want to see those, there's a real easy way to do it. Up at the top of the Facebook group, there is a featured or announcements tab. Click that. Anything that we think is important, we mark as an announcement in the group. You can go there. It's a real easy way to stay caught up on news and everything we're doing here at ShineOn, but you'll also see all of the shots of espresso in there, and you can go back through, the catalog and see if there are any topics you want to learn about and things like that. So you guys ready for the content? Drop me some fire in the chat if you're ready for the content. Drop me some fire here. Matt, okay, I like this. Computer plus coffee equals money. The math checks out. Yes, it does. And Matt is an accountant, actually. He's a certified accountant. So if anybody knows, it is freaking Matt. So I agree with that. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, selling GBP and right mum. Yeah, this was from Claudia. She was in London, I believe. So she knows what's up. Mother's Day in the UK is March 27th. Spot, check me on that. Fact check me on that, Claudia. I think it's March 27th. Selling GBP, Great British Pound. So I think you're going to have to, I think that's what that stands for. You may need a currency converter or something like that on your site to make it work. But go check that out. All right, we got some fire. Oh, yeah. We got some fire. You guys ready to rock and roll? Okay, let's do it. This is going to be a fun one today. So, Mother's Day. Fact. Every living person has a mother. So, the reason I feel like I wanted to start with this is because I want you to start to get your head wrapped around the buying opportunity, right? Mother's Day is the second biggest gift-giving holiday of the year outside of Christmas, right? And it's a close second, okay? Everybody has a mother, and on Mother's Day, it's one of those compulsory gift-giving holidays, which means everybody is going to be giving gifts to their moms, whether they really want to or not, because it's the cultural norm, right? That means lots of people are going to be spending lots and lots of cash to do this, okay? So everybody has a mother, right? Also, fact, lots of people have more than one mother, if you really think about it. You've got a mom, you have a grandmother, potentially have a great-grandmother in there, depending on the age range. Not only that, you usually have a mother-in-law going on, depending on if the individual is married. Sometimes you have stepmoms, bonus moms, things like that. We're going to talk all about that when we get to niches. But just start to imagine, like, how big the market is here, right? It is absolutely, absolutely massive. And hats off to moms, by the way. They have a tough job, and they deserve to be recognized in this holiday. All right, so let's talk about the Mother's Days you need to take advantage of and have on your radar. First of all, UK and Ireland is March 27th. I keep bringing this up because we are in that buying season right now. It is March 11th. Now is the time to be selling into these markets. UK and Ireland, they're English-speaking markets. It's like stealing candy from a baby, people. Get on it. Whatever you're working on right now for the US, spin it a little bit. Make it appropriate for UK and Ireland. Again, translate mom to mum, right? Mom to mum, and start selling into these markets. You can make big money. We ship from Amsterdam now, 2 to 7 business days shipping time. You want to take advantage of this. Go crazy. All right, then May 1st, the next kind of round of Mother's Day, Hungary, Lithuania, Portugal, Romania, and Spain. So if you want to get creative and go into another language, right, here are the next big ones you can kind of get into. Now, keep in mind, if you go to another language and you hit on a winner, you will basically have the entire market to yourself. These are blue oceans, right? You're going to have very little competition, and you're going to be able to just corner all the demand. It will be yours for the taking, so go after it. All right, Facebook user, let's see. In the UK, grandmothers are generally nan or nanny, and gran and granny, just FYI. And then we have Facebook user and ma'am or mammy for Ireland. Mom. Okay, I didn't actually know that. So thanks for the tip there. Definitely Google this, people. Definitely Google this when you go into another culture and make sure you've got the norms down. This will hurt your sales if you don't have that figured out. But anyway, May 1st, Hungary, Lithuania, Portugal, Romania, and Spain. May 8th, next big round of Mother's Days here. Let me get that off the screen. Where's my cursor? There it is. May 8th, next big round of holidays, US and Australia. These are probably going to be the biggest ones. US, Australia, and New Zealand in particular, all English speaking, right? All modern, Western, first world powers. They have, the reason I'm pointing that out is because they have pretty high standards of living. People have discretionary income. They can buy gifts, right? And they're going to be looking for these kinds of gifts to buy. And they're also used to Mother's Day as kind of a holiday. It's a cultural norm to be buying gifts and recognizing their moms during this holiday. So that's May 8th. USA, Australia, and New Zealand. Don't sleep on those. But also, again, if you speak another language, you have a slight edge over everybody else. You can go after Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, right? Canada is also English speaking. We should probably bold that one too. Canada is another great place to sell into on May 8th. Again, if you speak English, right, you got UK, Ireland, USA, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, right? And go after all of those. Pretty awesome. Chile, Colombia, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Germany. Germany is a gigantic market. If you speak German, take advantage of that. Greece, Honduras, Iceland, Italy, Latvia, Netherlands, right? So again, if you speak another language, you have a slight edge on us. If you're able to sell into one of these markets and you get a winner, you will own the market. We have a seller that sells into Germany. And I remember that there was a time period last year where they had a winning product in Germany, completely uncontested by other print-on-demand sellers for like 6 months. I mean, I'd never seen somebody just ride a winner for so long. The profit they made off of the one product just because they spoke German was unbelievable. So don't sleep on these markets. Challenge yourself, especially if you've got some skill, if you know another language, you have a friend that knows another language, you want to be creative, challenge yourself to start to explore some of these other markets. You could find riches here. All right, Puerto Rico. Not sure why that's here as another country. Switzerland, Taiwan, Ukraine, and Venezuela. Ukraine, God bless those people. Taiwan, Venezuela. Again, slight edge if you speak another language. Then May 10th, Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador. This is right on the heels of United States. I would not necessarily recommend that you focus, if focusing on hitting this holiday here is going to distract you from hitting this one, I would not recommend that, right? This is where most of the gold is going to be had this Mother's Day. Poland, May 26th. Now, you do have time to get your stuff in order to sell into Poland. May 29th, Dominican Republic, France. France is another gigantic market. Look how late in the month that is. May 8th is our big holiday. Then you have May 29th for France. They're a huge market that you'd be able to sell into if you speak French. Hey, maybe now's a good time to find a French friend, right? If you're in the group and you speak any of these languages, by the way, raise your hand right now because you probably have other sellers in the group interested in hitting these markets, and they would love to be able to partner with you to make it happen and have a successful Mother's Day season. France, that's a massive market. Sweden, and then Luxembourg. All right, let's keep going. So I keep telling you Mother's Day is like Christmas in spring, right? So this is Google Trends. I type Mother's Day gift into Google Trends. This was, keep in mind, Mother's Day, it was May 8th when I did this. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting this wrong here. Okay. This was from May 21st last year, and I believe Mother's Day last year in the USA was May 9th, right? It's May 8th this year. It's May 8th this year. And what I did was I searched for Mother's Day gift just so I could get an idea of the interest, right? How it kind of trended over time, because this is also going to tell you when people start to buy, right? That was kind of the goal here. And you can see we're kind of at baseline the first 2 weeks or so of March, but then it slowly starts to pick up. And by April, we are off to the races. By the second week of April, things are really, really picking up, and it reaches a kind of a frenzied pace here the week or so before Mother's Day, right? So our shipping cutoff is probably going to be right here, right around May 2nd or so, something like that. We'll get a post out in the group, but it's going to be like right here before peak. So look at that. Look, you have most of this curve to take advantage of, and it will rain money. It'll rain money. So you're definitely going to want to get on this. All right, total expected Mother's Day spending. Again, I'm trying to open your mind. I'm trying to get you to start seeing how big the opportunity is here. $24 billion. $24 billion. Now, look, you always hear trillions and billions kind of thrown around all the time. It's hard to really understand how big that number is. So I wrote it out, right? I'm trying to really get it in your mind how big this market is. $24 billion. Okay. It's a lot of money, Another way of writing it is 24 billion is $24,000 million. So you probably never thought of it quite like that. The 24 billion is $24,000 million, right? Absolutely unfreaking believable how much money that is. It's an insane amount of money. If all these were dollar bills, you could probably wrap it around Earth and the moon like 4 times before you'd run out of money. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of money, people. And all of that is going to be flooding into the market this Mother's Day, spending on gifts to honor our moms. So, who deserve to be honored, by the way. They have a tough job. So definitely take advantage of this. You do not want to be on the bench. All right, here's Mother's Day order volume. This is straight out of ShineOn data, right? So I went into ShineOn, went into the history. I pulled down Mother's Day sales, and I tried to trend out when things start to pick up, right? So what you're looking at here is 2021. Mother's Day again was May 8th of 2021. And our shipping cutoff was right here. I think it was May 1st last year. So Mother's Day was like May 9th or 8th in 2021. The shipping cutoff was like May 1st or 2nd. You can see right around here, the middle of March, right, is when things really started to pick up for Mother's Day, and things just trended up really hard from the middle of March. So it's March 11th right now, people. March 11th. March 15th is when we started to see that first kind of significant bump and tick up in sales. That's 4 days away. 4 days away, right? So get on this. Do not sleep. You have all weekend. It's Friday, guys. You have all weekend to get some designs ready to start your test. All weekend. I would seriously question whether or not you should be going for a full 8 hours of sleep this weekend. I'd seriously be thinking about that. Think about skipping meals. Maybe go to 1 meal a day for about a week. Start thinking about how you can, get maximum efficiency from your time so you can take advantage of this holiday. By the way, you hit a winner on one of these holidays. Just one winner on one holiday, it can be a life-changing event. It really can be a life-changing event. The first time I hit a winner, it was a life-changing event for me. It opened my eyes to what was possible, changed the entire trajectory of my life. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating by that. It's unreal. Ask anybody that's hit a winner. I guarantee they'll tell you the same thing. So middle of March is when sales start to pick up, right? And they'll ride out all the way until shipping cutoff. So they will just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger all the way to shipping cutoff. Do not sleep on the holiday. All right. Now, think I've made the impression that I wanted to. If you're going to sell this Mother's Day, I want you to type Mother's Day in the chat right now. Mother's Day in the chat right now. If you're going to sell into Mother's Day, I'm not going any further until I see some Mother's Days in the chat. All right. Dean here said 2021 Mother's Day was May 9th and 2022 is May 8th. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm getting all mixed up with my Mother's Day dates. So last year is May 9th, right? So you were looking at, I think this is May 9th right here, this data point. And this one right here is what, May 3rd? Something like that. Yeah, so shipping cutoff was probably May 3rd last year. So roughly 6 days before Mother's Day. It's probably going to be the same this year. So May 8th for the USA, Mother's Day, and then shipping cutoff will likely be May 2nd. All right. Let's go. We got some Mother's Days in the chat. Yes, we do. Good. Okay, good. I've got your attention. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for letting me know you're here. You're paying attention. You ready to rock and roll? All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go. It's going to be a fun one. All right. Here, we got a smart aleck in the room here. Mother's Day in the chat. Thanks, Barry. It's fun. We like to keep it lighthearted around here. Okay, niches. Niches and sub-niches to focus on. So you think Mother's Day, you think the only niche you have to go after is mom. Not true. There are a bunch of niches that you can go after. First of all, you have mothers. So it's mom in the US, it's mom in the UK, it's ma'am or mom, like with an A in Ireland. There's an important distinction. If you're going to sell into one of these other countries, Google that to make sure you do it right. You have bonus moms, right? This could be another name for stepmom. It could be maybe adopted, a parent that's adopted somebody. It could be a best friend's mom. I have friends like that where for whatever reason, they just spent a lot of time at their best friend's place. Their best friend's mom kind of took them under their wing or whatever it was like. So they kind of had a bonus mom there. You have unbiological moms, kind of the same thing. Just use your imagination here to figure out what those could be. But if you go on Amazon, you go on Etsy, you go anywhere, you will see message cards selling to bonus mom, to unbiological mom. So there's a need for it. You have mothers-in-law, right? Mothers-in-law. Anybody married is going to have, well, hopefully is still going to have a mother-in-law. That's another one you can sell into. This one's particularly big for new married couples, right? Because a lot of times, they just get married. The husband and wife, they're getting used to each other's families. The families are trying to kind of bring them in as their own. It can be, the first year or so, it can be a little bit of an awkward time. And, this can help soften that, right? Mother-in-law, get them a gift, warm them up, thank them for opening their arms to you and welcoming them into the family. I mean, there are people looking to express that kind of thing. And if you capture it right on a message card, they'll buy it. So mothers-in-law, moms to be. So this is like the maternity niche. This is new moms, right? People that are going to be women that are going to be carrying a baby, right? That are pregnant through this holiday, right? They could potentially be a new mom. That's a very unique niche to go after. People will definitely buy for this particular niche because it's probably a one-time, it could be a one-time event, right? I mean, a lot of people only have kids once, twice, 3 times in their entire lives, but they only become a new mom one time, right? They only become a new mom one time, and they will buy on that particular event. Trust me, grandmothers will give you all of their money on this particular event to recognize it. Okay, stepmothers, kind of covered that one already. Sometimes you have more than one stepmother, and you keep in touch with them, right? I mean, that can happen. Imagine a situation where there's an early divorce, when somebody is young. Dad remarries, has a stepmom for 2 decades. Maybe there's a divorce for some reason, falling out, and marries again, right? You've got three kind of moms in the picture, two stepmoms. I'm not making light of that, by the way. I'm trying to get your mind wrapped around the buying opportunity here. All right, grandmothers, right? I think grandmothers is kind of self-explanatory. Daughters. Why would you have daughters on here? Well, keep in mind some daughters are also moms, right? So if you're a grandmother, if you're 50, 60, 70 years old, maybe you've had a child, right, that is now a mom, and you want to honor her on Mother's Day. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And there are going to be people looking to buy gifts into that niche, right? So daughters, and then you also have bonus daughters. So daughters and bonus daughters that you can go after. Bonus daughters would be daughters-in-law, really, is what that would be. So bonus daughters is another one you can sell into. So lots of niches, lots of sub-niches to focus on. So don't sleep on these. Don't just attack mom like everybody else is doing. Try to branch out a little bit, right? Or if something's working really well for mom, sub-niche that thing down and try to corner a niche. Or if something's working well in a sub-niche, bring it up and make it a little bit more broad and see if it sticks there. There are lots and lots of angles here, lots of ways up the mountain. All right, as a general rule of thumb, the more specific the niche, the higher the buying intent, right? But the smaller the audience. So I don't know if you remember when I had Chris Blair on a while back, he kind of said, go after golfing moms, go after horseback riding moms, go after knitting moms. Think of things that hobbies, for example, that moms may like. Biker moms is actually a pretty big niche. Go after one of those. If you hit on a winning phrase in one of those sub niches, the buying intent will be really high. It just means the market might be a little bit smaller, but that might be okay because that buying intent, the extra buying intent, may make up for that decreased size of the market. So as a general rule of thumb, the more specific the niche, the higher the buying intent, but the smaller the audience, right? The smaller the audience. So there's just a little bit of a trade-off, but all things kind of equal out. If you get extra buying intent out of the deal, it's probably worth it, but just keep that in mind. Okay, let's keep going. Phrase research. Phrase research. You guys enjoying this so far? I hope you're learning. I hope this is helpful. Phrase research. All right, let's go. First of all, the goal of your phrase research, the goal, you want to build a phrase bank, a phrase bank. It's like a piggy bank, but you're going to make a heck of a lot more money on your phrase bank, right? So what you have here is kind of a screenshot of what a phrase bank could look like, right? This is one that we built for inside of Trello. So what we did was we went and did a bunch of phrase research and we found a bunch of phrases, right? And then we kind of chopped them up into their segments, into their little pieces and parts, right? And we broke them out into separate cards. And then what we could do inside of Trello was we could literally drag and drop phrases and build a complete phrase off of the fragments, right? That's kind of what we would do. You don't have to use Trello. You can use a spreadsheet for this. You can use a Google Doc. You can use Notion if you want. Wherever you like to work, that's what you can use. But the idea of all your phrase research is to build a phrase bank, right? You want to get complete phrases, break them up into their fragments because you're going to use the fragments later to create unique phrases. All right, where do you find phrases? Where do you find phrases? Well, all over the place. Use your imagination and don't limit yourself to just what I have here on the screen. Obviously, you can go to Pinterest, right? Anything on Pinterest that has been pinned a lot, that has been shared a lot, those are phrases that are obviously moving people and getting attention, right? So those would be good things to go after. And Pinterest is a search engine. So you can type to my mother, Mother's Day gift, sentimental mother's message to mother, open letter to mother, anything like that. And you can start looking through the results and you're going to see tons of phrases in there. Like you're going to see canvas art, stuff on mugs, other necklace items, anything you're seeing that have lots of pins, lots of shares, things like that. Those are the ones you want to be paying attention to, right? There is a tool you can use that can help you sort through Pinterest stuff. It's called Sorting Social. Sorting Social. I've used it for years. It can help you find some of these golden phrases that are out there. Google Shopping is another great place. People don't like to use Google Shopping very much. Couldn't tell you why. But right inside of Google, if you go to Google Shopping, type in, Mother's Day gift, Mother's Day canvas, Mother's Day mug, Mother's Day necklace, Mother's Day t-shirt. You'll start to get all kinds of ideas, right? Phrase ideas that you can start to use and repurpose into jewelry. Hallmark. Hallmark is an absolute gold mine. Do not carbon copy these, right? A lot of this is copyrighted, could be trademarked. That's not what I'm suggesting here. Again, we're building a phrase bank, and then we're going to use the phrase bank later to build our phrases, right? Do not carbon copy anything that you see out there. Hallmark is a great place. Tons of great writers, tons of great ideas. And if you go to a Hallmark card and you're looking at it, you can figure out what the hook is and what the punchline and the close is, right? You can go to Hallmark and kind of read the phrase with your eyes tuned to that. Find the hook, find the punchline, find the phrase or the close on it. And then what you can do is you can kind of rewrite it later into your own words, but you can still maintain the hook and the punchline and the close and still create a winner. Amazon's another good place. Again, search engine, drop a Mother's Day gift, Mother's Day canvas, Mother's Day necklace, Mother's Day, whatever, card, anything you want in there. It's going to come back with great results. We'll talk more about how to kind of parse through some of those results in a minute. Google Trends. Google Trends is actually good for phrases themselves, believe it or not. So when the pandemic broke out, a phrase that took off that we had never seen before was unbiological sister, right? Unbiological sister. And it was a way to refer to a friend, like a best friend. And we had never seen that particular kind of sub niche before. And it was so popular at that time during the pandemic that you could literally go to Google Trends, drop it in there, and you could see search volume corresponding directly to that phrase. So if you ever want to see if something's popping off or which niches are doing good, that's a great way to do it. Go to Google Trends. It's your friend. Etsy, again, another search engine. Lots of handmade goods. Etsy also has cards, by the way, with lots of really cool phrases on the card. So go check out Etsy. Google Images in particular is what I'm trying to bring attention to here. Go to images.google.com, drop in these phrases, and again, you're going to get tons of search results back. I'm going to give you some tips about how to parse through those search results in just a minute, but that's another place you can go. eBay is one a lot of people sleep on, right? People aren't thinking about going to eBay to do their phrase research. So it's some place you can go where you can zig while others zag, right? And maybe come up with some gold that others don't have. Facebook, obviously, you can go to Pages. look at what ads they're running and get ideas there. Ad Spy or any spy tool is another great place to go to get ideas for what's working and not working. And then obviously you have Shopify and other Shopify stores. So I've got a little bit of a hack for you. If you go to Google and you type site:/myshopify.com, right? So site:/myshopify.com, no spaces. Then you put a space after it and you type Mother's Day gift or Mother's Day necklace or Mother's Day mug or whatever. It will only search Shopify stores. And you will get search results back with only Shopify stores, and you can spy on what's working for other people. So lots and lots of stuff you can do here. Don't limit yourself to just what's on this page, okay? You want to zig when others zag. You want to go deeper than other people are going to do. You want to be more creative than most folks are going to be, right? That's how you find these winners that literally change everything. So don't be afraid to go really deep here and try some things that maybe are not on this page. All right, spotting a winner, right? So now I'm going to help you parse through some of the results. What I'm about to share here can be used outside of just Etsy, right? I'm using Etsy in the example, but this can be on Pinterest, Amazon, can be all over the place, right? You're wanting to look for popularity. You're wanting to look for signals in the noise that a phrase is moving people emotionally, that is standing out, that is getting shares, that is popular, right? That's what you're looking for. Okay, so one way to do that on Etsy is to look for the little bestseller tag. Now, I've noticed that Etsy has started to hide this, believe it or not, in some of their search results. I think they're still split testing it because it seems like it's there sometimes it's not. However, any search results, again, don't limit yourself to Etsy. This applies to Amazon, Google Shopping, any of those. Again, you're looking for signal in the noise. You're looking for something that tells you that that particular phrase is doing better than the other phrases, right? That's what you're looking for. So you can just see here a quick example for Etsy. To my mother-in-law, I've got some bestseller tags here. That tells me, hey, this is probably one I want to pay a little bit more attention to. This doesn't mean that I want to copy it, right? It could mean, hey, I want to look at this, dig a little deeper. Maybe this is one that goes into my phrase bank. This is how you find eligibility for your phrase bank. Now, don't forget to dig deep. Don't forget to dig deep. And I'm giving Chris Blair a bit of a shout out here. So Chris Blair told me a week or two ago, and if you haven't seen that interview, go watch it. He's like the king of product research. He said, if you're looking for bestsellers, you're on Amazon, you're on Etsy. He said, everybody looks at page 1 and 2 and 3. Everybody is in the first 3 to 5 pages. Everybody. He says he literally starts his product research on page 5, because he's trying to find things that other people haven't. He's trying to go deeper than other people will typically go, right? Because he's looking for gold. Right? Highly recommend you do the same thing. Go deeper than other people, right? That zig when others zag. That is how you're going to stand out. That's how you're probably going to find your first winner. So go really deep. He also recommended looking on Alibaba and AliExpress also for winners, because there are lots of drop shippers out there selling things that, are doing pretty good. And again, if you go 2, 3, 4, 5 pages deep and then begin your search, you're going to find things nobody else is coming across, right? All right. Another way to spot a winner, look for recent reviews. So this, again, the example here is Amazon, but this can be Etsy, can be Amazon, Google Shopping, any of that stuff. You're not only looking for like reviews at all, and it doesn't have to be a high number of reviews. You're looking for recent reviews, right? So go ahead, click in here, then go to reviews, sort by recent, and see how recent the reviews are. It could be that this product got all these reviews a year ago and has been sitting on the shelf collecting dust ever since because it's not popular anymore, whatever, right? And you're not going to want to go after one of those, even though it's kind of deceiving because it's got a bunch of reviews. You want to see how recent the reviews were. You want to make sure there's still lots of buying activity on the product recently, right? That's how you know you're onto a trend, okay? All right. Another way to spot a winner, phrase is repeated multiple times, right? So again, the example here is Google. This will work on Pinterest. It'll work anywhere. If you're seeing a phrase pop up over and over again, that's a signal in the noise. Remember, I'm trying to teach you the principle. You're looking for signal in the noise, no matter where you're doing your phrase research, okay? Signal in the noise. This is one way to spot that. You can see here, this phrase and this phrase are the same. Excuse me, guys. And this phrase and this phrase are the same. Signal in the noise, right? It's telling you that like, hey, there might be something here. Okay. And this then becomes a candidate for your phrase bank, Everybody with me? If you're with me here, let me know in the chat. Say, let's see, what do we say? Signal in the noise. Give me signal in the noise in the chat. Signal in the noise in the chat, right? And one of the things I'm trying to teach you here, I'm trying to teach you the principles, right? I want to give you the steps, right? But I want you to understand why the steps work. Because if you get the principles, you're going to be able to take these principles and then use them over and over again, no matter where you're going to do your phrase research, right? Okay. We got Barry here. It's just coincidence. I clicked on you first. I like this hashtag signal in the noise. It's pretty cool. Signal in the noise. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let me know you're here. Appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, let's go. Good. Oh, yeah. Digging it. We have Matt Ba here. Can you say it with me? Miska, Muska, Mickey Mouse. I actually don't know what that means. It's probably some pop culture reference that I'm not quite privy to. Okay, great. I'm glad everybody's finding this helpful. Let's keep going. All right, so here's another unique method that you can use for phrase research. So I'm giving Anna Beck a shout out here. Anna Beck on this one. She told me this one and it blew my mind. Because it's so obvious and something I just never thought of before. She looks for open letters, right? Open letters to daughter, to mom, to husband, to wife, all this stuff. She goes digging through open letters for gold to use in her phrases. Absolutely amazing, right? So you can try this. Open letter to my mom in heaven, passed away on her birthday, in heaven on her birthday, wedding day. I promise you're going to find gold in here. I promise you're going to find gold in here that you're going to be able to spin ever so slightly into winning phrases, right? Absolute gold mine here. Thank you, Anna Beck, for sharing that with us and with the world. All right. Writing a winner. Okay. Characteristics of winning phrases. So you should have your phrase bank now. Remember, the entire purpose of your phrase research is to build your phrase bank, right? You want to spend hours doing this, guys. Get a really nice, solid phrase bank built up. Then, and you want to break the phrases down into their fragments, right? That's an important part. Don't just dump the whole phrase into the phrase bank. Break it up into the fragments. Look for the hook. Look for the punchline. Look for the close, right? Break all those up into their different segments, okay? Build your phrase bank. Then we're going to write a winner. Excuse me. All right. Characteristics of winning phrases. All right. This is how you write a winning phrase. Okay. I've seen lots and lots and lots of winning phrases, people. A lot of them. I've got to think I'm one of like 5 people in the entire world that has seen as many winning phrases as I have. Something like that. So I do think I'm a little bit of an authority on this. And I will tell you, 95% of all the winning phrases that I see tend to follow this formula, okay? There are some exceptions to the rule. Most of them follow this formula, okay? They're in the greeting card format, which means they say, to my wife, husband, mom, mother-in-law, bonus mom, unbiological mom, right? Grandmother. Says to my whoever up at the top, right? Classic greeting card kind of format. Then it's got the body, right? The body is kind of the phrase, the sentimental or funny or emotional element. Then it ends with a salutation, right? So love your husband, love your daughter, love your son, right? That kind of thing. To my wife, then the body, the phrase, right? And then who it's from, right? That's a greeting card format. Again, 95% of all the winners I've ever seen tend to follow this format. There are exceptions to the rule. Some just have the greeting and no salutation, right? People can do that, but if this is your first time, try not to bend the rules yet, right? Just do what I'm telling you to do. It's going to set you up for success, okay? So it needs to follow the greeting card format. Next, it must move people emotionally. I'm going to talk more about that in just a minute. It must move people emotionally. The more moved they are from an emotional perspective, the more likely they're going to be to buy the product. Hands down. Okay. Finally, the phrase length. This is important because legibility is the key, right? Legibility, right? This should probably be phrase legibility, actually. It'd probably be more clear that way. You want the phrase to be legible. It needs to be easily read. Keep in mind, most people, whether they're on TikTok or Facebook or wherever you're selling, they're right here, people. Like 95% of all the internet traffic is from a cell phone. This is where they're at. This is where they're consuming your content, right? This is where they're going to see your product for the first time. You need to ask yourself, are they going to be able to read it? Because without clicking on it, without pinching to zoom. If they can't read it, the phrase is too lengthy or it's too small, one or the other, right? It's got to be legible on a cell phone at first glance, okay? It needs to be that big. That's very, very important. When you go building your phrase bank and putting some of these methods to use to build your phrases, you're going to be just like I was when I started. You're going to have a tendency to run your phrases long, right? And the longer they get, the smaller that text has to be, and the more you're going to hurt legibility and the ability for people to see it on their phones, right? And that's going to hurt sales. You don't want that to happen. So prioritize legibility. Okay, so just quick recap. Greeting card format. It must move people emotionally. And you need to pay attention to phrase length because you need to prioritize legibility. All right, next, moving people emotionally. If they cry, they'll buy. If they cry, they'll buy. This is something that I've been saying for years. If they cry, they'll buy. Now listen, don't get hung up literally on the words, right? I'm not saying you have to make somebody shed tears to buy something. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say here is you have to move them emotionally. Again, I'm teaching you principles, okay? The principle here is when it comes to your message, when it comes to the phrase, it needs to move people emotionally. That is where the magic is, right? That is how you get people to buy something. There are a lot of emotions you can go after in the phrase to make people buy. There's tons of them, right? But here are some common ones that we see. Sadness, okay? Sadness maybe shouldn't have been the top left. These are in no particular order, okay? But sadness, this would be like memorial and remembrance. This would be when somebody maybe has lost a loved one or a pet or something like that, right? Sadness. Ooh, I like this from Facebook user. If they feel it's real. I love that. There's a few different ways of saying it. If they cry, they'll buy. If they feel it's real. I love that. It's the phrase that pays, right? A few different ways of saying it. I like that. Thanks for dropping that. If they feel it's real. I'm probably going to save that up here in my little bank of principles. All right, sadness. This is memorial. This is like if somebody's lost a loved one, something like that, right? A happy cry. This is when the phrase is so sentimental, it's so mushy, it just tugs on all those little heartstrings in the right way. Maybe it makes somebody feel appreciated. Who knows what it is, but they cry just because they're happy, right? They're like kind of touched emotionally. Laughter. Laughter is one that you typically see deployed on t-shirts and mugs, but we have seen it work on message cards. We've actually seen it work really well on message cards, surprisingly. So laughter is another one. Humor, right, is another one you can kind of go after. Anger. Anger is one you can go after. Now, you typically see anger used when something starts to get kind of political or into a hobby or an opinion or something like that, where people feel very strongly about whatever it is. That's when anger can kind of come out. We don't see this one used very much with the jewelry, right? We do see it occasionally, believe it or not, but not often, okay? Then love. Love is a really easy and common one. I don't know what your emoji looks like, but these are adults. These are two adults and consenting love here. So husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, future wife, future husband, fiance, that's that whole niche. Also, it's not just romantic love, even though romantic love is a great, kind of buying space, but you also have, again, parental love, right? Daughter to a mother, mother to a daughter, son to a father, father to a son, grandparents to grandchildren, and on and on and on and on. But the idea here is the principle with the phrase, you want to make them cry, so they'll buy. If they feel it's real, okay? They feel it's real. Okay. Now, you got your phrase bank. You understand the principles of what makes a winning message card. You have the greeting card format. It has to move people emotionally. If they feel it's real, right? I like that one. And the phrase has to be legible, okay? Those are the principles that make it work. I've seen more winning phrases than most people have, Okay. I feel I'm somewhat of an authority in this space. And I'm telling you, those are the 3 things we see over and over and over and over again. Okay. All right. Now, got your phrase bank. How do you build the phrases? Well, we use something I like to call Franken phrases. Franken phrases, right? Franken phrases TM. It's not actually trademarked. I put that up there as a joke. Franken phrases. Okay. So what you do is you kind of take winning elements from different phrases and you can kind of start to smash them together into like your own little Franken phrase, right? You basically create a new original phrase nobody's seen before by kind of assembling it out of parts of other phrases, right? Again, if you tune your eye to be able to find the hook, the punchline, and the close, this is going to be really easy for you because you're going to have a list of hooks, a list of punchlines, a list of closes, and it starts to get easy to drag and drop and just build your own phrases. It becomes simple, right? But that is one method to create a phrase, Franken phrases, right? And I've kind of got an example here. I've got 5 different phrases down here. You can see we're trying to build together our own phrase. We're taking this part of this phrase. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, remember whose daughter you are and straighten your crown. We're taking this entire thing from this phrase. I love you for the girl you were, the special woman you are, and the wonderful daughter you will always be. And then the close here, this phrase. I love you more than you'll ever know. After all, you were the first person to know what my heart sounded like from the inside. So all together, whenever you feel overwhelmed, remember whose daughter you are and straighten your crown. I love you for the girl you were, the special woman you are today, and the wonderful daughter you will always be. After all, you were the first person to know what my heart sounded like from the inside. Not bad. Not bad. You can see how that's emotional. It's sentimental. It's moving, right? People will get the feels on this, right? They'll know it's real. You know what I'm saying? That is what you do with Franken phrases. Build your phrase bank and then Franken phrase some riches together, right? Okay. Another method to get to some original phrases, right? You can rewrite a phrase multiple times. So shout out to Matt Schmidt on this. This was kind of his method. I'm sure he's not alone in this. I believe Mario uses a very similar method where you kind of take something that's a winner and you kind of rewrite it, right? And you rewrite it until it's kind of in its own form, right? So that like you rewrite it 5-10 times or something like that. So that when you get to the 10th version, the essence is still there. The hook, the punchline, the close, the underlying essence of what made those work is still there, but the words are different enough that it's not the same phrase anymore, right? That's kind of the idea here. So rewrite a phrase multiple times. So you have your original here. You rewrote it once. Maybe you got shorter or something like that. You rewrote it again. You got a little bit longer, right? That's kind of the idea. And notice this phrase down here, what you ended up with down here, right, doesn't look like what you started with up here, right? That's the idea. That's the idea. Okay, let's keep going. Facebook user asked, can you save the live? Yeah, the live will be saved. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook as well. You'll be able to go back and watch a replay later. Okay. All right. Facebook user also says mix and match. Yes, you're right. It is mix and match. It is mix and match. Joe, do you have a Franken phrase builder tool? No, we do not. I've wanted to create one forever. If you create one, let me know. We can share it with everybody. That would be awesome, by the way, if somebody did that. If there's a developer out there listening and you want to create a Franken phrase builder, that would be awesome. That'd be absolutely epic. Okay. Let's go. All right. So method number 3, you can pay a writer on Upwork. Okay. So if this verbal kind of game, if this knowing how, when words sound good and when they don't, and kind of being able to catch rhythm and tempo and language, if all of that is just like not really for you, right? And just some people don't have that gene, right? It's fine. I have that gene, but I don't really have a math gene. Okay. So we all have our strengths and weaknesses. That's okay. You can go to Upwork and just find somebody who does have this strength. You can just pay them to help you, right? So my recommendation is test multiple writers on Upwork with an actual phrase. So what I would do is write in the job on Upwork when you post the job, right there in the job description, put a phrase and ask them to rewrite it as part of the application process, right? Then you can get a taste of their skills just through the application process. listen to me. Also, I just want to say there, you could probably take advantage of people this way too, right? You could have the phrase you want rewritten. Everybody applies. Boom, you get the same phrase rewritten 50 times by 50 different people. Please do not do that. I'm not recommending that. Okay. You're a scumbag if you're thinking that way. I mean, honestly, you just kind of are. Don't do that. Okay. I mean this for real. If you're going to Upwork and you're going to try to hire a writer, try to hire a writer, right? These are people that need to earn a living too. But to make sure you're hiring the best one, what I would recommend is put the phrase right there in the job posting and ask them to rewrite it as part of the application process, right? And you'll get to feel out kind of how well they are at their craft just through that process. Okay. Don't rip people off. Okay. Upwork's cool because you're not bound by any contracts or anything like that. It's pretty cheap too. You could probably do this for 10 or 15 bucks a phrase, maybe even cheaper. I mean, you could work out a deal with the writer. It's not going to be that expensive at all. And the quality is going to be medium to high. But again, you have to dig for gold here. You have to dig for gold. There's going to be a lot you'll have to sort through, but there is gold out there. I mean, I found Upwork designers and things like that I've been able to use for years. So I have a VA actually I found on Upwork years ago. We've worked together for forever, a long time, right? You can find really good skill on Upwork. You just have to kind of get good at the application and interview process. Okay, Upwork.com is where to go if you want to find a freelancer to help you with that. Upwork.com. Shout out to Mario. I think Mario suggested this on the last interview I did with Mario, where I think he kind of uses this method, this rewrite method, except he pays somebody on Upwork to do it. So Mario Manduni recommended that. Go check him out. I did an interview with him last week. It was good. You don't want to miss it. Okay. All right. Another important thing to know. The phrase is 90% of a winning product. Okay. So look, if you're new to this space and you're like most people that I meet that are new to this space, you're all about the ads, right? You want to get geeky with the ads. You want to learn how to hack the algorithm, and you want to know how your campaign to ad set structure, and should you do manual bidding, and your mind is all on that side of the business. I'm telling you right now, all the ad kung fu in the world will not help you if you do not know how to create a winning product, right? All the ad kung fu in the world is not going to help you if you don't know how to create a winning product. This is everything. I mean, really, guys, it is. If you get good at this and you can repeat this process, you will literally be able to print money. I'm not exaggerating. Okay. The reason some top sellers are always top sellers is because they've mastered this. Mario Manduni is somebody that's mastered this. Kirsta is somebody that has mastered this, right? They have figured out how to create winning products over and over and over again. It's because they got really good at this. And if you get good at this, you can get good at the ad stuff. Okay. Keep in mind, how are you ever going to get good at the ad kung fu if you don't have a product that's selling and paying for itself and allowing you to increase your ad budgets and experiment with all the fun stuff like the manual bidding, right? You can't. This is literally fuel in the engine. Okay. You have to have this or the car doesn't go anywhere, right? Right? Feeling me? So the phrase is 90% of a winning product, and this is what you have to get good at if you want to succeed with ShineOn. This is the one skill you have to master if you want to make money at ShineOn. You want to make money at ShineOn. Okay. If you're with me, I want you to write in the chat. The phrase is 90%. The phrase is 90%. Write it in the chat, please. Write it in the chat if you're with me. I'm not going anywhere else till I've got that in the chat. So let me know you're paying attention and that you're on it. Let's go. Okay, starting to see him here. I want some more. I'm not seeing enough. If you're still with me, let me know. Thank you, everybody. You people. You people. It's cool, though. I like it. The phrase is 90% of a winning product. Yes. Hashtag. The phrase is 90%. Yes. Thank you. Good. Thanks for being with me. I hope you're finding this helpful, people. It took me a long time to learn this stuff. I mean, obviously, I consumed education, I took courses and training, but to really distill all the principles, it took me a long time to really figure out what made this whole thing work, right? I'm giving it all to you for free right here in today's Coffee with Michael. Didn't I tell you this was the best place to be? This was going to be the best live in the universe right now. Think about this. There are probably 1,000 lives going on right now. People on Facebook and YouTube and whatever. Would you prefer to be in any other live than this one right now? No, you wouldn't. What you're learning right now could literally change your life for the better, right? It could literally put your life on a new trajectory, right? This is the place to be. Okay, let's go. Sophia, phrase equals 90%. I like it. I like it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's right. Okay. Dean, doesn't get any better than this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dean knows what's up. He knows what's up. This is the place to be. Okay. Let's keep going. Design. Talked about Mother's Day, why it's such a big kind of buying event. We talked about niches. We've talked about how you build a phrase bank and phrase research. We've talked about actually writing a winning phrase. Now we're into design. We're into design. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat here. It's scrolling up fairly quickly for me. The only lives I attend are yours. Well, thank you, Sandy. I feel honored. By that. Best live. Let's go. You guys are awesome. Okay. Let's go. Before my ego gets too big and I can't get out of the office later. All right. Design creation. Okay. So you've got your phrase, your winning phrase. Again, that's 90%. Okay. This is 90%. Everything I've taught you so far is 90% of this entire game. Okay. Including, like, that doesn't even include the design. Okay. The design can come second to all the other stuff. It's part of the 10% that's remaining. Seriously. The phrase is literally everything. Okay. All right. Design creation. Depending on your budget and your skill set, there's several options for creating your own message cards. You can use Photoshop. This is one I use. I've been using it since I was like 14. So I just know my way around in Photoshop. I know all the shortcuts. I just feel comfortable there, right? Photoshop is an option. Photopea or Photopea, however you say it. They basically took Photoshop and they made it a web app. So why pay for Photoshop every month? I couldn't tell you because now it kind of exists as a web app. Photopea. That's one you can check out. I believe it's free, by the way. Give me a fact check on that in the chat here. If anybody uses Photopea and you know if it's free or not, let us know. Canva is like a freemium, right? It's free. It has a paid version. Lots and lots of people use Canva. You can use Canva to make message cards all day long. You can use Canva to make $1 million message card. You can use the free version of it to make $1 million message card. 100%. You can. Okay. DL says Photopea is free. Sophie says it's free. Dave says it's free. Okay. I guess there's consensus. It's free. Thank you, everybody. Canva. So Canva is something a lot of people use. It's super easy. I actually made a message card just this morning in Canva, like in 5 minutes for this Coffee with Michael. I'm going to show it to you in a little bit. It's super easy to use. It's kind of, if I need to whip something up for a presentation or whatever, an example, Canva is where I go. It's just so easy to mock something up super quick. WordSwag is a really interesting tool. You can get it on out of the App Store. You can design a message card on your phone. Now, what's interesting about WordSwag is it kind of allows you to pick a font and a layout, and it does all this kind of interesting stuff with the text for you. It can be a little too much. I'm going to talk about design principles with your design here in just a second. And WordSwag can be a little too much. It can be too busy, but it's kind of cool. It's different. Not everybody's using it. So if you zig when others zag, you never know, you might hit a winner. And then you have PicMonkey as well. PicMonkey. Okay. All right. Catching my breath here a little bit. PicMonkey. So these are kind of 5 go-tos for design. Okay. You might have another tool you like to use, whatever. Don't feel like you have to buy something because you really don't. Canva will do you good. Canva will do you good. All right. So now we're going to get into some of the principles on what to keep in mind with design. Okay. Again, not tooting my own horn. I do feel like I'm a little bit of an authority in this space. I've seen lots of winners. Okay. So everything I tell you here comes from that. It comes from the things that I see that are winning, right? So these are the principles that make this work on the internet. Okay. First of all, keep it simple. Please, people, for the love of God and all things that are good in the universe, keep your design simple. I see some designs come through that it's like someone went into clip art. It's like a 7. I'm not picking on anybody, but it's like a 7-year-old went into clip art and had fun with the clip art function, right? You know what it's like. Yeah, I'm sure you've been at a job or something before where, like, you know, the person down the way that's like 50 or 60 years old suddenly found out you could bring clip art into their PowerPoint presentations, and it's like all of a sudden it's like every single slide has got tons of it on there. I've seen that before. Do not do that, okay? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Less is more when it comes to design. Less is more on your design. Okay. You want to make sure the design complements the phrase. So look, the phrase is 90%. I've said that already. The phrase is 90%. Everything hinges on that phrase, okay? Make sure your design complements it. You let's put it this way. When your message card hits somebody's news feed, right? You do not want them so distracted by the design that they don't read the phrase, right? You do not want that to happen. The very first thing you want them to do is to read the phrase. If the design distracts from that, get rid of it. Get rid of it, okay? That's how important this is. So keep it simple. Make sure the design complements the phrase. It's very important. You don't want it to be distracting. Stay abstract with the design. Keep it kind of muted and in the background. The design needs to be like in the background. I don't just mean like on the background of the message card. I mean like in another room in the background. I mean like the ambiance music when you're having dinner with somebody you love, like at a restaurant. Like that's what I mean by in the background. Okay. Like out here, you're not focusing on it. It's not distracting. It's just there. That's what you want the design to do. All right. You need the design to be such that the phrase is not covered or blocked by the jewelry item in the mockup. So keep in mind, some of the design here includes the way the text is laid out on the message card. And you need it set up in such a way that the jewelry item doesn't come down and block the words. Now, again, I have seen exceptions to this rule, but typically not, right? You usually do not want the necklace to come down and block the words if you can avoid it. You don't want to use elements that may turn some buyers away. So images of people with identifiable traits such as hair color, length, height. Think of skin color, right? And how important that is and how exclusionary that would be. If you had one skin color and then right there on the message card is pictures of people, maybe a husband and a wife embracing of another skin color. That can be very exclusionary, right? So try to get away from that. Use things that are abstract because they're going to be more inclusive for everybody. Or, you know, imagine that you've got some memorial or remembrance thing you're pushing, and there's a picture of somebody on the message card with blonde hair, and the person that was deceased had brown or brunette hair or something like that. It's like it can be completely distracting, and it doesn't fit with the buying intent, right? So keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Stay abstract. Most of the stuff we see that sells super well is abstract. Okay. So take a hint from people that have won before. Kind of go abstract. Okay. Then when it comes to the actual message card itself and the colors, right, that you pick, the color scheme, use darker or lighter background for contrast and avoid shades in the middle of the value spectrum. So I've got kind of a picture of a value spectrum over here on the right. When you start to use shades right here in the middle, it becomes very difficult to properly contrast with that, right? Because you start to get in this space where dark text doesn't pop out enough and light text doesn't pop out enough. So try to avoid colors that are in the middle of the value spectrum and stick to the ends, right? Where you can have contrast. If you pick anything over here, black text will show up really well. If you pick anything over here, lighter white text will show up really well. Again, I like to keep it simple. I typically do not go into big, bold, audacious colors on the message cards. I've seen whites, off-whites, very light shades of like yellow, like stuff over here. I've seen this kind of stuff work really well. Then over here on the other side of the value spectrum, I've seen navy blues. I've seen these greens. I've seen these darker reds. I've seen those kinds of things work really well. But again, no one's getting crazy here. No one's getting crazy. They're keeping it simple. Keeping it simple. That's what works. That is what works. Okay. All right. So a tip. If you want some free message cards, we got a bunch in here. But keep in mind, people, that other folks are going to be testing with these, right? So this shouldn't be like your go-to source, but if you're wanting examples of some other message cards or what it might look like or how you can lay out some text, there are even PSDs here, and you can download the PSDs and then tweak them so that they're your own original phrase and things like that. You can get that. Go to graphics.shineon.com, graphics.shineon.com. This will forward to our public Canto repository where we have a ton of this stuff, right? And you can go download it all for free. We made it available to you. Graphics.shineon.com. Okay. Then using Upwork for designs is something else you can do if you want a graphic designer. If graphic design is just not your thing, go to Upwork. You can test multiple designers with an actual job. Again, this goes back to what I was saying before. Make part of the application process submitting some kind of design for you, right? Make that part of the application process. It's important. You'll get to see people's actual skills before you hire them. That's important. You don't have to be bound by contracts, medium to high quality. Again, there's gold there. You got to dig for it. Upwork.com if you're interested in that. Upwork.com if you're interested in that. And don't forget, mom equals mum in the UK. It also equals mom or mam, M-A-M in Ireland. We found out today. See, you got a cultural lesson on today's Coffee with Michael. How about that? All right, here's some products that you can kind of sell. Is everybody still with me here? Here, we're going to test you again in the chat. Let's see. Keep it simple. Let's see that in the chat. Keep it simple. If you're still with me, keep it simple in the chat. That's the biggest thing I want you to learn when it comes to design. Keep it simple in the chat. Keep it simple. Yes, Mauricio says still with you. Still here. Yep. What is Canto? Canto is just it's like a graphic repository. It's like we put all our graphics in there. It helps us sort them, keep track of them. It's kind of a visual database where you can just like look and see the graphics instead of looking at file names. Graphics.shineon.com if you want to download some of those. All right, where are my keep it simples? Here's some Kiss. Kiss will work. Keep it simple, stupid. All right, Facebook user designing on the side. There we go. See, they're not wasting any time. They know what's up. They know they're sitting on a huge opportunity here. They got to work. Way to go, Facebook user. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. That's what I like. Yes, still here. Keep it simple. Thank you, everybody. I hope you're finding this helpful. Hope this is leveling up your game. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yeah, there we go. Okay. KISS principle. I like it. There we go. All right. Keep it simple, silly. I like that. It's a kinder way of saying it. That's what I'd say if my 4-year-old was in the room. Still with you. Okay, great. Awesome, everybody. Love it. You are here. You guys are on point. This is probably the best Coffee with Michael so far this year. Don't you think? I think so. Definitely the best Coffee with Michael today. And the best one this week, guaranteed. All right. Products. So here's some products you can sell for this Mother's Day, okay? Love Knot. Love Knot is a popular one. Sells super freaking well. If you don't know which product to use, go after this one for Mother's Day, okay? Go after this one, especially if you're selling into the female niche, which I assume you are for Mother's Day. Love Knot. Love Knot. This is a great default one to kind of start with, right? Eternal Hope. This one has high perceived value because that giant stone on it, right? So look, if it's a male, buying the product. Men do not know very much about jewelry. They're not going to go price shopping. They're not going to go check it like Charming Charlie's or Amazon or wherever else to see if they get a better deal somewhere, right? You can sell this pretty high AOV. Okay. And by the way, I'm not saying take advantage of anybody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying from a marketing perspective, it's good to know your audience. Okay. Because it kind of tells you where you can get by with your price points and things like that. And men will happily trust me on this. I'm a guy. Again, some authority here. We will happily pay money to not have to go to a store to buy a piece of jewelry. Okay. All day long, 100,000 times. If there was some kind of button that Facebook built, right, where every time it was a holiday, I could go click that button. It would show me the perfect product for that particular holiday, to save me the time having to go shopping, having to go to a store, having to deal with people and crowds and cars and fill up my gas tank and blah. I would do that 1,000 times over, and I would pay $50 more than what I could get it for at a store. Guaranteed every single time I would do that. Men will do that all day long. So anyways, know your audience, right? Because that'll tell you what price points you can get away with. Okay, back to the subject here, eternal hope. Big stone in the middle. It's very bedazzling, high perceived value, which means high AOVs. Okay, alluring beauty is another great one you can sell into. Alluring beauty, it's this one right here. It looks beautiful. It's a good seller for us. It'll work great for Mother's Day, okay? Interlocking hearts. This is always a great one for the mother to daughter relationship. We see this sell super well in that relationship niche. Interlocking hearts. I think it's because the actual jewelry item itself is so symbolic, right? It's two hearts kind of interlinked, that kind of thing. The horseshoe necklace. Okay, so it's called Lucky in Love, right? It's called Lucky in Love. Just don't, if you're using this for Mother's Day, okay, Lucky in Love already has this kind of romantic element kind of baked into it. Just don't put Lucky in Love on the product page. They don't have to know the name of the item is Lucky in Love. Just leave that off, right? Just leave it off. But this could be a great one for Mother's Day, right? This might be a great one too if you try to niche down a little bit and you do go after horses, for example, like horseback riding moms, something like that. All right. Then this is the message card I told you I whipped up in like 2 minutes inside of Canva this morning. So a graphic pendant with the buyer upload. This is one do not sleep on, okay? Don't forget we have buyer upload abilities. So you can have a graphic pendant with a picture on it, okay? And it doesn't just have to be a picture of a baby. I wish I would have whipped it up. You can do pictures of kids. You know, how many moms out there would not love to have a necklace or a bangle? We have bangles. I've sold tens of thousands of bangles before with a picture of their kids on it, right? Tell me I'm wrong about that. They absolutely would want that. They'd buy it in a second. They would love to have a bangle with a picture of their kids on it, right? 100%. Every mom on the planet would love that. So we have this ability. So buyer upload, right? So you can go to new moms, right? Or hit that maternity niche, right? Women that are carrying. And you can sell into it with something like this. Just a cute little phrase. On Mother's Day this year, I'll be snuggled, warm, and safe in your tummy. Soon I'll be snuggled in your arms. Can't wait to meet you. You're doing a great job. My hero already. Loving kicks the bump, right? And then just upload the image. Boom. It's like $1 million product right there. Easy. Also, the graphic pendants with the kids on it. I'm telling you, I've seen that sell super freaking well in the past. Somebody will make a few $million bucks off of that too in revenue. If you hit on the winner and you know how to sell it. With bangles. That one's awesome. Bangles with the kids. Amazing. Graphic pendant with buyer upload. All right. Also, don't sleep on metal art. We've spent this entire coffee with Michael talking all about the message cards because we know they just sell so well. The margins are great. It's perfect for this particular holiday, but don't sleep on metal art either. Zig when others zag, right? Metal art can be great, especially these metal art pieces that have like the family tree that memorialize kind of the family, right? Keep in mind, the mom, the grandmother, they're the matriarchs of the family, right? This is the family. This is the family. I know, for example, my grandma, Juanita, would have loved, she's no longer with us, God rest her soul, but she would have loved to have something like this in her house that said Christ on it. 100%. She would have loved to have something like this. These are amazing gifts. Also, you can always, on the front end of things, sell the message card jewelry, right? On the front end. And then on the back end, have metal art as a post-purchase, right? In the post-purchase funnel or an add-on or something like that. Or you can target them with a cross-sell via email right after they buy, something like that. So don't sleep on metal art. That'll do well also. All right, Q&A. Q&A. Any questions? Look, this went long. This went a little longer than I anticipated. So we're not going to do tons and tons of Q&A. My voice is about shot here. However, I will do a little bit of Q&A. So drop some questions here. Drop some questions. I'll try to answer them for you. I hope you found today's Coffee with Michael helpful, right? I hope you found today's Coffee with Michael helpful. I literally just gave you like all the winning principles you need to launch into winning campaigns, right? I literally just gave all of it to you. Go back, rewatch this, take notes. Today's Coffee with Michael I'm feeling like today's Coffee with Michael was gold. All right. All right. Drop some phrases here. I'm going to step out of the picture here, blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back. Drop some questions, rather, phrases. Man, I got phrases on the brain. Drop some questions in the chat. We'll get to those in just a second. All right. Questions. Okay. Let's see here. Scrolling up, trying to catch up. All right. Joe, you covered it all. Thanks. Is there a message on the metal art? No, there is not. You can usually put like a monogram, so like an initial, a date, a last name, things like that. That's how the metal art sells. This is where your marketing is going to have to be good, right? You're going to have to make people imagine what it would be like to have that particular item in their home with like their last name on it or something like that. Facebook user says, I'm doing a great job. Thanks, Facebook user. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Is it okay to start testing for Mother's Day now? Abso-freaking-lutely. It is okay. Again, look here. We got UK and Ireland, March 27th. It is buying season for those people right this minute. They're buying Mother's Day gifts. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That is happening right now in the background, the UK and Ireland. Are they your products that they're buying? I don't know. Do you have any products up? Are you running traffic from the UK and Ireland? Are you going after these markets? Because if not, somebody else is making that dough, right? So absolutely get in there, start going after it for UK and Ireland for sure. And then May 8th, the sales will pick up right like in 4 or 5 days. Mother's Day sales are going to start picking up 4 or 5 days. Okay. US, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Those are going to be the big markets to go after for May 8th. USA, obviously, leading the pack. All right, let's keep going. What software do you suggest for a word bank? You can use Excel, Trello, Notion, whatever you're comfortable in. I've seen lots of people do it in different ways. I always liked Trello because just the way you could drag and drop. I don't know. I kind of like that. I've seen people use spreadsheets though before too. So whatever you're comfortable in. All right. This was life-altering info if people take action. Thanks so much. 100%. It's all about action, okay? 100% with you on that. There's a huge pie here, right? Around Christmas, I always say there's a huge holiday pie, but it belongs to the action takers, right? 100%. The more action you take, the more results you're going to see, right? There will be a direct correlation between those two data points. So agree with you. Action is everything. I love your content. Thank you, Facebook user. Is it possible to get images with people of color holding the jewelry? We actually, I'm almost certain we have mock-ups like that. We have models where we've taken those images. We will look into that after this. I'm sure Tammy is still listening. I'm almost certain we have these already. Tammy, if you're listening, I bet Ishmael's got like a repository of these, but certainly we can try to prioritize this going forward, especially if we've released a few products that haven't had those. We'll try to fix that. All right. You're welcome. How many characters? So I don't have a character limit because it depends on the font. It depends on all kinds of things. Not going to have a character limit, but it just needs to be legible. That's the important thing. It needs to be legible. So after you build your product, go look at it in your phone and you ask yourself if you can read it, right? There is a shortcut. I think it's on a Windows and a Mac, I believe. In Chrome, you can hit F12, I think it is. And it'll take you, I can't do it right now because I'm presenting, but it'll take you to where you can actually see a mobile view of your product, and you can look at it right inside your browser as though you were on a mobile. So go Google that. So you can do that. When should we start testing for Mother's Day in the US? Absolutely, right now, right? Get your tests up right now. In 4 or 5 days, we're going to see the sales really start to pick up. Okay. You want to be in front of that, right? Start testing right now. Don't waste any more time. We are in it. We are in it, people. We are in it. You need to be testing right now to give yourself the greatest chance of success. You can test in UK and Ireland. They're in middle of the buying season right now, UK and Ireland, right? Okay. Is it okay to print with just white on a message card, or do we need to change it to off white? Yes, you can do white on the message card. 100%. Keep it simple, right? That sells super freaking well, right? All year round. White, just standard white message cards work. Michelle says today's coffee, Michael, is really pure gold. Thank you. I apologize, Fatumata. I hope I got that right. It's really great. Thanks for that. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Glad. If we can be even a tiny part of your success here at ShineOn, that's literally everything for us. Can we sell metal art on Etsy? I don't think that integration is built quite yet. I don't think that's built quite yet. When will it be ready? Unfortunately, I don't have a timeline on that. We are going to be doing some major enhancements to Etsy. I believe that's in Q2. So maybe this will be part of that. Gold. Thank you for that. Joe, say it again, the session more valuable than $2,000 courses. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sorry, people. I'm looking for questions here. I'm not trying to. Let's see. Here we go. Do you find that different messages work for different regions? My people, nation is not for the sentimental stuff that Americans love. Well, absolutely. There's going to be a cultural kind of difference. And you're going to have to, wherever you're selling into, you need to know your audience. You need to know the culture. I mentioned before a few times that mum is more common vernacular than mom over in the UK. So you have to be aware of those kinds of things, those little nuances, and you have to use them to your advantage. If you know your culture, you're going to have a slight edge over somebody that doesn't know your culture, 100%. So there are going to be little differences like that. Okay. How do we promote the metal art with an image or a video? Either or. Obviously, we have tons of images already that you can download. It's probably the easiest way to start. But if you get something that's kind of working for you, highly recommend buy a sample and take some of your own video of it. That'll be really important. Best coffee with Michael in a while. Thanks, Facebook user. Appreciate that. Please suggest a Facebook crash course for newbies. Well, look, you can buy our coaching, right? Coaching.shineon.com is a great place to be. Also, we put out so much free content. The coffee with Michael's, the shots of espresso. Go looking back through our free content. You will find stuff on Facebook. Also, I would like to have another coffee with Michael maybe next week or the week after, where actually we go through media buying stuff for newbies. So I'm working on that. Don't quite know when that's going to be, but I'd like to do that in the future. So basically what I just did for phrases, right? Phrase building and design and all that stuff. I want to do a similar one for ads. Okay. Mauricio, what's the turnaround time for Antarctica? We'll get you over there one of these days, buddy. Maybe we should start. I keep saying we should start like a GoFundMe to send Mauricio to Antarctica. The idea here is that we can do a coffee with Michael and cover all the continents. All right. Will ShineOn be added to Groove soon? What is Groove? Is that like a checkout software? Seems like I've come across this before. What is Groove? How can we offer coupons on the platform? So the platform actually, if you go to the product, over on the right-hand side, I think there's a section. It's called Seller Tools or something like that, and you can add your coupons and stuff there. You can select a coupon and actually show it right on the product page. So we have that built right into the platform. Any budget advice per ad? Look, it really depends on the structure you're running with and things like that. Last week, Mario talked a little bit about some ad strategies, and he recommended budgets. Also, go look for some of the Coffee with Michaels I did with Kirsta in the past. Every time we have Kirsta on, we tend to get into ads and testing strategies and things like that. Go check that out. Let's see. Any other phrase creation methods besides Frankenphrase, blending, and rewriting that have created winners in the past? Well, look, some people have come up with their own phrases, like completely from scratch. I had a buddy named Peter Krask that literally came up with his own phrase from scratch, and it became a top seller. It's pretty amazing. That's few and far between. Not many people can do that. Another method that I've used in the past, I just didn't cover it because it requires a bit of setup to do, is I'll build a Facebook page, right? So I had a page that was around marriage, and I had close to 100,000 people on the page. Now it took time to build up that audience, right? I had to run like campaigns and ads and, invite people to like the page. It took a lot of work, but I've got, I think, close to 100,000 people on the page now. And what I would do, and by the way, you don't have to have 100,000 people. This will probably work for 5,000 people and above, right? That's probably the minimum audience size you want for this method. I put memes on there. I just go find sentimental marriage stuff. I'd put memes on there. And the thing is people would, I just keep track of which memes were getting shares and comments the most. Every now and then you'd have one that went viral, and that would tell you is probably a phrase that you could spin and it'd work really well on a message card jewelry product. So that's another method that you can use. So there you go. That was a freebie. Is it possible to sell the watch for Mother's Day? Look, probably, but I feel like the watch is just a little bit more masculine of a product, right? Let me see. I'm going to get it out here. Give me just a second. I got one right here. Okay, so let me go full screen here. You're going to have to bear with me on this watch. This is a watch I've had for since we released them last May. And my son loves this watch. Okay. So if you see a little scratch or something on there, I promise that's not how it was shipped to me. It's just because my son loves our stuff. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that. This is the watch, right? And you can see there's a phrase on the back. Since we made this watch, we've expanded the engraving space on the back here. But you can see it's kind of masculine, right? It looks great. It's a great looking watch for sure. But it's a little bit masculine. Okay. Then we have the wood watch, but I would even say the wood watch is probably a little bit too masculine for Mother's Day. If there are any women in the still watching, drop your opinion. Do you feel like this is too masculine for a Mother's Day gift? Right? I kind of think it is. Whoop. It's a good looking watch though. That's for sure. All right. They'll be huge for Father's Day. I'm telling you, Father's Day is going to be just absolutely bonkers with the watches, the wood watch, this metal watch, the wood watch. We have another watch that we think we're going to get out before Father's Day. We'll see. And then also the snake chains. Man, those snake chains just are absolutely crushing it. And they're going to do amazing. All right, let's keep going. I think I'm going to answer maybe 3 more, and we're going to wrap this up. When's a new product drop? Tammy, if you're still watching, do you know the date when the new product drops? I teased the product that you teased this week. I had that in Coffee with Michael. So that's what they're referring to here. All right. Massive action, agree. Action's always the answer. Do orders out of Australia, New Zealand ship out of the USA or Amsterdam? Pretty sure they ship out of Amsterdam. Pretty sure they ship out of Amsterdam. Name necklace is still coming in the future. Yes. So look, doing what we do here at ShineOn, it's complicated. Name necklaces have been on my wish list for like a year. Getting the machines, getting the raw materials, calibrating the machines. You know, after you run a name necklace through, you got to polish it all up. I mean, it is a process, and we are getting it down. We are going to be launching it in the future, but that's why there's been delays. This is one of those things where you go into it with a lot of hope and ambition, and then you start to learn, you know, all these little kind of roadblocks and problems kind of pop up that just kind of slow you down. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast. At ShineOn, we've chosen to do things the hard way, right? Rather than source from China or Vietnam or someplace like that. We've decided, what I really mean is I'm not poking on China or Vietnam. I'm just saying from overseas, we've decided to bring things here domestically, right in the United States, so that we can have really fast shipping times. And we've chosen to do things the hard way, which is good. I mean, that's one of our value propositions. But because of that, sometimes we encounter delays and things we have to solve for. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at on name necklaces. They are still coming. We're super excited to bring them to you. I am chomping at the bit to get them out the door. So stay tuned for that. All right. I don't know. I said I'd do 3 more. I think I've done 2 more. We're going to do 1 more. Someone said Groove is an email responder. Well, I guess I'm confused because if Groove is just an email like service provider, it doesn't need integration with ShineOn. All right, I'm just looking for 1 more question. We're going to round this thing out. I did ask women if the watch was too masculine. So we're starting to get some results. Yes, yep, it's masculine. Agreed, masculine. So I would say it's masculine. Yep. Okay, too masculine. So verdict is in. No watches on Mother's Day. Okay, let's see. Any other questions? Here we go. We're going to do this one. We're going to wrap her up. Is mix and match a viable strategy for Etsy or not? Because a higher chance of inadvertent overlap with other sellers that could lead to account issues. No, I think it's still a viable strategy. Keep in mind, like, just don't have a carbon copy. Like, if your design is different and the phrase is the same, as long as the phrase isn't copyrighted or something like that, you're probably going to be fine, right? Still, though, it's always good to do something that makes the phrase just a little bit unique, so nobody else is selling what you have. It's always kind of smart to do that. It gives you a slight edge in the marketplace. So, okay, thank you for the last question. All right, everybody, let's quickly recap when these Mother's Days are. We got UK and Ireland, March 27th. Right now, sell into this. If you know English, there's no excuse. Sell into this. We have Amsterdam, 2 to 7 business days shipping on all these sales. You can sell almost right up to like probably the 20th. Get on it, guys. This is money. This is money. May 1st, Hungary, Lithuania, Portugal, Romania, and Spain. So if you know some other languages, you can get a little bit of an edge there. USA, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, May 8th. That'll be the next big one after March 27th. US, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. If you speak German, Germany is a massive market that you can go into at this time frame as well. The next really big one is France, May 29th. France, May 29th. So don't sleep on these Mother's Days. It's an absolutely huge holiday. All right. So do me a favor. If you liked today's post, let's see. Drop me some fire in the chat. Again, if you like today's Coffee with Michael, like the post, please. Share this post with your friends, that kind of thing. Tell others about ShineOn. That's really the greatest gift you can give us. That's the best way to say thank you. You can also earn money if you do it. So if you've sold at least 100 products, you can go right into your ShineOn dashboard, go to referrals. Up in the top right, you'll see ShineOn.com. You'll see your special referral link. This is like your magic link. Share this with others. If they sign up through the link, and then they make sales, you'll earn money on every sale. I believe the commission is set at 75 cents. So you earn 75 cents on every single order that they make. So if you refer somebody like Kirsta, right? And Kirsta use your referral link, that's like passive income right there. You'd be able to buy a house with as many orders as Kirsta has pushed through this thing. So you never know. You never know. Go share your referral link with friends, with Facebook groups that you hang out in, other e-commerce people, other entrepreneurs, things like that. Okay. Until next time, if you want to start selling, ShineOn.com. ShineOn.com to start selling takes like 60 seconds. Join our Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube, bit.ly/go ShineOn to join our Facebook group. bit.ly/go ShineOn, or you can just look for ShineOn Profits on Demand inside a Facebook group. Facebook, man, to join the group. Then, if you're watching this on Facebook, you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please don't sleep on that any longer. Go to our YouTube channel, sign up, hit that notification bell, like all of our videos, do all the things that YouTube wants you to do so that they think our channel is awesome and they recommend it to other people. Then finally, you can also follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/ShineOn. We're going to have fresh content dropping there really soon. So, everybody, enjoyed our time together. Definitely enjoyed our toast. Told you this is the best way to kick off a weekend. And until I see you next time, happy selling. Thanks, everybody. Take care.